Welcome back to viewers. So now let us enter into this next segment and understand who is Devi Parashakti. The Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti translates first. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion and holds the noose, the bow, and the flowered arrow in her hand. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima, and she is the self within me. Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the source, source Shakti, source energy, source power, from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now, in which all of us are going to merge, out of her extreme love and compassion. Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Concept of Buddhism, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, future, delivering profound spiritual truth, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. In the words of Devi Parashakti herself, raising in Omkara, expressing as the Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Reemkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in the 40 triangles, the Kailasa Swamini, who is the Kailasa Tripura Chintamani, the Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashivan Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi. As Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here to give good boon to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranyagarbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rabala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayamana, Kamraj Lakshmi, Parameshwari, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as the source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two, blossoming as three Shaktis, Ichakriya Jnana, growing as the four Vedas, expanding as the five Panchabhutas, beyond the six chakras, filled as the Gotras of the seven Rishis, as expanding as the eight directions, existing as the nine grahas, blossoming as the 10 indriyas, being as the 11 mudras. So how can we receive Devi Parashakti? In the words of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism itself, literally you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen, so always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi. The coin is considered to be the traditional dakshina of the Hindu tradition. It can be even the lowest value in India. It can be even 1 paise. In the US, it can be even 1 cent. You can offer that to Devi. After the darshan is over, do the namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and the betel nut. Take it as prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send them to the LA temple. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days, you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognition. Set up your tambulam with 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut coin, and you can offer this in front of your every single day to that you have Devi Darshan and receive the blessings and grace of Devi Parashakti in your life. So now with this, we will be entering into the next segment and understanding some of these sacred secrets revealed by Devi Parashakti in the Akashic reading. So we'll be right back, entering into the next segment. Now let's understand the secret of Hindu birth as revealed by Devi Parashakti herself.
நன்றாய் கேட்டுக்கொள். உன் கேள்விக்கு உன்மூலமாம் இருக்கும் இந்துக்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் அளிக்கின்றேன் உத்திரம். கேட்டு வாழ்ந்தால் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை பத்திரம். நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். பிறப்பின் ரகசியத்தை பிறப்பிலா பெருமை உடைய பரமேஸ்வரி சொல்லுகின்றேன் கேளுங்கள். அண்டஜம், யோனிஜம், ஜலஜம், பீஜம் எனும் 4 விதமான பிறவிகளில் 84,000 யோனிகளில் பிறக்கும் பிறப்புகளிலேயே பெருமை வாய்ந்ததும் உத்தமமானதும் மனித பிறவி. நன்றாய் கேட்டுக்கொள். உன் கேள்விக்கு உன்மூலமாய் உலகெங்கும் இருக்கும் இந்துக்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் அளிக்கின்றேன் உத்திரம். கேட்டு வாழ்ந்தால் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை பத்திரம். நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். பிறப்பின் ரகசியத்தை பிறப்பிலா பெருமை உடைய பரமேஸ்வரி சொல்லுகின்றேன் கேளுங்கள். அண்டஜம், யோனிஜம், ஜலஜம், பீஜம் எனும் 4 விதமான பிறவிகளில் 84,000 யோனிகளில் பிறக்கும் பிறப்புகளிலேயே பெருமை வாய்ந்ததும் உத்தமமானதும் மனித பிறவி. அந்த மனித பிறவியிலும் பலமுறை பிறந்து உழன்று அரசியல், பொருளாதாரம், சுகபோகம், தர்மம், அர்த்தம், காமம் எனும் ஆசைகள், துக்கங்கள், அச்சங்கள் அனைத்திலும் அழன்று உழன்று இனி வேண்டாம் இப்பிறவி, வேண்டுவது மோட்சமே என்று முடிவெடுத்தோர்க்கு மட்டுமே ஹிந்து மத யோனிஜம், ஹிந்து பெற்றோர்க்கு பிறந்திடும் சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம யோனிஜம். மனித பிறவி உத்தமம், சனாதன பிறவி உத்தமோத்தமம். இந்த உத்தமோத்தம பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோருக்கும் ஜீவன் முக்த விஞ்ஞானத்தையும் சனாதன தர்மத்தையும் காக்கின்ற கடமையும் உண்டு. அதனால் வருகின்ற நன்மையெல்லாம் அனுபவிக்கும் உரிமையும் உண்டு. இந்த கடமையை செய்வோம் என்று சத்தியம் செய்ததனால்தான் அந்த உரிமை அளிக்கப்பட்டது. பூமிக்கு வந்தபின் மனம் மயங்கி மதிமயங்கி சனாதன தர்மம் காக்க மறந்ததனால் மாயை அவர்கள் உயிரை பறிக்கின்றாள். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உயிரை கொடுத்தாலும் தர்மத்தை காப்போம் என்று உறுதி எடுத்தவர்க்கே சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம யோனிஜம் அளிக்கின்றேன் யான். உடல் பெற்ற பிறகு ஊழிப் பெருவலியால் ஆசை அச்சங்களை உதறவிடாது, உதறியும் விடாது சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்தோரை உயிர் வாழத் தகுதியில்லாதவர் பட்டியலில் உடனடியாய் மாயை சேர்க்கின்றாள். அதனால் ராட்சசர்களும் அசுரர்களும் தானாகவே இவர்கள் உயிரை எடுக்கின்றார். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உயிரை கொடுத்தாலும் தர்மம் காப்போம் என்று நிற்பவர்க்கு நிலைத்திடும் வீரஸ்வர்க்கமும் கைலாச பதவியும் எக்காரணம் கொண்டும் தர்மம் காக்க மறந்த உத்தமோத்தம ஜனனமான சனாதன ஹிந்து ஜனனம் பெற்ற மக்களுக்கு இல்லை வேறு கதி. சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம மனித ஜனனம் உத்தமோத்தம மனித ஜனனம். உங்கள் உரிமை உலகில் அதிகம், உங்களுக்கு கடமையும் உலகில் பெரிது. தர்மம் காத்தாலே கடமை, தர்மம் காக்காதார்க்கு உயிர் வாழும் உரிமை இல்லை. நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உத்தமோத்தம பிறவியான சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோரும் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்கள் வாழ்வின் முதற்கடமை தர்மம் காத்தல். தர்மம் காக்க தர்மம் உங்களை காக்கும். சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்திட்டால் வாழும் உரிமையை நீங்கள் இழந்து விடுகின்றீர்கள். அதற்கு மேல் வாழ்ந்தென்ன அழிந்தென்ன? பூமிக்கு பாரம் குறையட்டும் என்று அசுரர்களும் ராட்சதர்களும் உங்களை உண்டு தீர்க்கின்றார்கள். அதையும் மாயை கண்டு சும்மாவிருப்பாள். பிரபஞ்ச ரகசியத்தை, பிறவியின் ரகசியத்தை உலகிற்கெல்லாம் உத்தரமாய் சொல்லிவிட்டேன். புரிந்து வாழ்வில் நடந்து உயிரை பத்திரமாய் பார்த்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அன்னை சொல்லும் அருள் சத்தியம் இது. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
Now, let us look at the teaching of Devi Parashakti's revelation about the sacred secret of new birth.
நன்றா
So let us look at Devi Parashakti's revelation mapped into English. Listen, Andajam, Yonijam, Jalajam, Bijam. Like this, in 4 types of birth, in 84 lakh yonis, in all these births, the most greatest birth of them all is the human birth. Even in that human birth, being born and toiled many times, after getting burnt and toiled in politics, in finance, in luxuries, in dharma, artha, kama, and those who decide of not wanting this birth, wanting only moksha, only those will have the Hindu dharma yonijam, the Sanatana Hindu dharma yonijam of being born to Hindu parents. Human birth is Uttamam, the best, and Sanatana Hindu Dharma human birth is Uttamottamam, the best of the best. And everyone who took this Uttamottama birth has the responsibility of protecting the science of living enlightenment and Sanatana Dharma. And also they have the right of experiencing its benefits. This right was given to them because of their commitment given by them to do this responsibility. After coming to Bhuloka, by getting mentally deluded and forgetting that the Dharma of protecting Sanatana Dharma, Maya, she is taking away all of their souls. Understand carefully, I am giving the Sanatana Hindu Dharma Yonijam only for those who gave the commitment of protecting Sanatana Dharma, even by giving their life. After getting the body, because of painful delusion, not dropping fear and greed. For those who forgot to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Maya, she will immediately add them all to the list of those who are not worthy of living. Therefore, Rakshasas and Asuras are automatically taking away their life. Understand properly, for those who stand that even by giving their life, they will protect Dharma, will permanently have Virasvarga and Kailasa Padavi. people who forgot to protect Dharma, having the Uttamottama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth, there is no other way for them. Sanatana Hindu Dharma, human birth, is Uttamottama human birth. Your rights in this world are immense. Also, your responsibility in this world is large. Protecting Dharma is responsibility. Those who do not protect Dharma, do not have the right to live. Understand properly, all those who took the Uttamottama birth, which is Sanatana Hindu Dharma birth, all of you understand. The first responsibility of your life is protecting Dharma. If you protect Dharma, Dharma will protect you. If you forget to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, you lose the right of living. After that, what bothers whether you live or get destroyed? Asuras and Rakshasas will eat you, so that the burden on earth is reduced. Seeing that, Maya, she will keep quiet. So now let us understand what is the responsibility of Hindu as described by Devi Parashakti. We've been given this Hindu birth, this being born to Hindu parents as a blessing because of our commitment to protect Sanatana Dharma, to protect all the great gifts it has to offer to the world. So how can we do that? It's only through the Hindu nation. So let us understand a little bit more about what is the responsibility of Hindu. Hinduism represents the world's most ancient yet progressive indigenous spiritual tradition. It is an open framework model of civilization that stands for global peace, vegetarianism, nonviolence, yoga, worship of nature, temple-based living, manifesting spiritual powers, and the inherent divinity of every being. The Hindu nations were ecosystems where more and more enlightened beings could be produced so that the enlightened civilization could be kept alive and its great gifts shared with the world. So let us look at some of the references of Hindu nations from our Hindu scriptures. There have been hundreds and hundreds of references of these Hindu nations, how prosperous they were, and how successful they were as kingdoms because of the following the Hindu principles. So let us look at some of the most famous references that you probably have already heard of. The first reference that we'll look at is the Rama Rajya, the kingdom ruled by Bhagavan Rama. And it's described in the Valmiki Ramayana. There were no widows to lament, nor there was any danger from wild animals, nor any fear born of diseases. The world was bereft of thieves and robberies. No one felt worthless, nor did old people perform obsequies concerning youngsters. Every creature felt pleased. Everyone was intent on virtue, turning their eyes towards Rama alone. Creatures did not kill one another. And the description continues on. People survived for thousands of years with thousands of their progeny, all free of illness and grief. The trees were bearing flowers and fruits regularly without any injury by pests and insects. The clouds were raining in time, and the wind was delightful to the touch. Every caste was performing their own duties, satisfied with their own work and bereft of any grief. People were intent on virtue and lived without telling lies. All the people were endowed with excellent characteristics of virtue. And another reference of the Hindu kingdom is the Hastinapur kingdom ruled by Yudhishthira, described in the Srimad Mahabharata. And described, Devas granted rains to fulfill all wants. The world became free of all diseases. There was no hunger or thirst anywhere. There was no mental suffering. Those without livelihood were given livelihood. There was abundance all around. There was no worldly worries left for anyone, and there was no cause for fear either. Happiness on earth was in fact greater than even in the heavens. The Hindu nations had so much to contribute to the world in every single field, whether in the field of enlightenment, health, medicine, art, science, technology, aviation, dance and music, clothes and jewelry, social systems, judicial systems, political systems, legal systems. Every field, Hindu nations contributed and gave breakthroughs to the world. So now let us look at over how our Hindu nations were destroyed. Over the course of 1,000 years, Hindu nations faced various invasions and destruction of the Hindu civilization. And this was carried out over 3 phases. We'll be looking at each of those phases, understanding how exactly over the course of 1,000 years, the Hindu civilizations have been left completely destroyed. And once we had 56 nations, now we have none other than Kailasa. So the first phase of the destruction of Hindu civilization was the Islamic invasions between 800 and 1700 AD. This was the physical destruction of the Hindu civilization. And Will Durant described that the Mohammedan conquest of India is probably the bloodiest story in history. The Islamic invaders and the historians and scholars have recorded with great glee and pride the slaughters of Hindus, the forced conversions, abduction of Hindu women and children to slave markets, and the destruction of Hindu temples carried out by the warriors of Islam. And the Islamic law prescribed for Hindus, as conveyed by Ilji, describes that Hindus are like mud. If silver is demanded from them, they must, with the greatest humility, offer gold. If a Mohammedan desires to spit into a Hindu's mouth, the Hindu should open it wide for that purpose. God, the Prophet, hath ordained that if Hindus do not accept Islam, they should be imprisoned, tortured, and finally put to death, and their property confiscated. To keep Hindus in abasement is an especially religious duty. And the Islamic invasion caused 200 million Hindus to be slaughtered, 100,000 temples to be destroyed, and 1 million deities and sculptures to be destroyed. And the description of the invasion: the conquering armies burned villages, devastated the land, plundered people's wealth, took Brahmins and children and women of all classes captive, flagged them with thongs of rawhide, and carried a moving prison with them, and converted the prisoners to obsequious Turks. The next was the British occupation, which was the economic and psychological destruction of the Grant. Again, describes, I have seen a great people starving to death before my eyes. I am convinced that the exhaustion and starvation are due not, as their beneficiaries claim, to overpopulation and superstition, but to the most sordid and criminal exploitation of one nation by another in all recorded history. And the British Empire used all possible means to destroy the Hindu civil and cultural institutions in order to delegitimize and demoralize the indigenous people of India so that they would become slaves in their own homeland. This included discriminatory laws to instill feelings of racial inferiority, engineering artificial famines to starve natives into submission, annexing Hindu kingdoms to undermine the native rule, mistranslating our Hindu scriptures to instill feeling anti-Hindu narratives, to destroying the indigenous Gurukul education system, and destroying local productivity. And the British occupation caused $45 trillion to be looted from India over the course of 200 years. and 45 million Hindus were put to death due to artificial famines and imposed poverty, and over 680 native kingdoms were usurped by the British Raj, and Sashi Tharoor of the Indian Parliament described. The British came to one of the richest countries of the world, and over 200 years of exploitation and looting reduced it to a poster child of third world poverty. The next phase of the destruction of the Hindu civilization was the secularization of India between 1947 and present day after independence until the current day. This has been ruled by brown faces, British attitudes and policies toward Hindus. And Nehru describes what a disgusting savage people we are. Politics, progress, socialism, communism, science, where are they before this black religious savagery? India can never be a Hindu republic. And B.R. Ambedkar, India's first law minister and principal architect of the Constitution, has described, if Hindu Raj does become a fact, it will no doubt be the greatest calamity for this country. No matter what the Hindus say, Hinduism is a menace to liberty, equality, and fraternity. It is incompatible with democracy. Hindu Raj must be prevented at any cost. These are the first leaders of the so-called secular India, who had a very clearly anti-Hindu narrative. And the modern Indian legal system, academia, and media all systematically undermine, suppress, and delegitimize Hindu institutions and culture through various methods. India's constitution established government control over and taxation over Hindu temples, schools, and other Hindu institutions, while other religions are free from this interference. And Hindu kingdoms and self-governance has been completely abolished, and anti-superstition laws have been established in order to criminalize Hindu practices. And the secularization of India also brought media narratives that were used to stereotype and demoralize Hindus. Bollywood and other mainstream media outlets consistently portray Hindu gods and gurus as cartoonish, dishonest, corrupt, sex fiends, and in a manner that is similar to the British imperial propaganda. These media narratives are used to shape human consciousness and further political agenda. These racist, so all of this destruction of the Hindu civilization happened over the course of 1,000 years. And now it is time for the revival of our Hindu nation. As Devi Parashakti has described, it is the responsibility of Hindus to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, to protect all the great gifts it has to offer to the world. That's why we were given this birth, the Uttamatama birth of Hindu birth. And the only way to protect all of the great gifts of Hindu civilization is by the revival of the Hindu civilization. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed the vision for this. During the time of the Mahabharata, we 56 deshas, 200 states, 1,700 samsthanas, 10,000 sampradayas. In all 56, we Hindus are persecuted. Now we have lost all of the 56. The last to fall was Nepal. I am the collective voice of all the persecuted Hindus. I will revive and rebuild a Hindu nation built on the Vedagamic principles as a refuge for all practicing and aspiring Hindus, as a safe haven for all Hindus. So why do we need the revival of Kailasa? What is the revival of Kailasa? This revival of Kailasa, the Hindu nation, is for reviving this whole life of enlightened civilization and all the great things it has to offer the world, bringing legitimacy to all the offerings of Sanatana Hindu Dharma and sharing it with the world is the purpose of this Kailasa, the civilization. This is also the reason that we were all given the Hindu birth as they be revealed. And Kailasa is the revival of the cosmic constitution. Kailasa is the model nation of how enlightened civilization should be living and administered. Politics, judiciary, education, economy. Everything will be revived as Paramashiva revealed in the Vedagamic Sanatana Hindu Dharma scripture. Being one of the most persecuted civilizations, Hinduism is on the brink of extinction, such that the next generation may know about Hinduism only through history books. So what can we do to stand up for our Hindu civilization and all that it has offered to the world? What can we do to take the responsibility that we have committed to, as Devi Parashakti revealed when we were given this human birth? this Uttamottama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth. Today, Hinduism is a political orphan. The preservation and restoration of Hinduism's political, spiritual, cultural heritage is impossible without a national identity. So what can we do to save Hinduism? Let us reclaim our Hindu identity. As Devi Parashakti revealed, we've been given this Uttamottama birth of Hindu birth because we've taken the commitment to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma. However, due to Maya, we have forgotten this commitment that we have taken, and we've fallen into this delusion, forgotten our responsibility to protect Hinduism, to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So now it is time to reclaim our responsibility, our Hindu identity. We need to understand that Hinduism is responsible for our successful life. If you are a Hindu and you are healthy, wealthy, rich, successful, peaceful, happy, respectable, have a stable family life, have the best mental health, responsible for this. Our Hindu identity is responsible. Our Hindu scriptures are responsible. It is Hindu scriptures which have given us the best mental setup, all the best things that we Hindus have. The Hindu scriptures are responsible. And Hindus are the richest and most successful ethnic community in the world. In the scriptures, Hindu lifestyle, our enlightened masters are responsible for this. Hindu thought currents are responsible for this. And in the Hindustan Times, just to show one example, Hindus are considered to be the most educated religious group in the US, according to research by Pew Reports. So this is just one example of how much Hindus contribute to the world and how much of goodness they brought to the world. Let us reclaim our Hindu identity. We need to understand that it is not just anti-Hindu elements being active. It is the responsible Hindus being inactive that is responsible for this whole destruction of Hinduism. Let us now take the responsibility for Hinduism and let all the Hindus all over the world reclaim our Hindu identity. Again, as Devi revealed, it is our responsibility to protect Hinduism. That is why we were given the Uttamottama birth of Hindu birth. And because we've taken up this responsibility. We've been given the best birth, the Uttamottama birth, and we've also been given the opportunity to enjoy all the great gifts that Hinduism has to offer to the world. But most of us have forgotten this responsibility that we've taken up, and we've fallen into the Maya, the delusion. That is why we see the destruction of the Hindu civilization. It is the responsibility of Hindus to revive this enlightened civilization again and again and give all the gifts of the enlightened civilization to humanity. The revival of the enlightened civilization, the Kailasa, the Hindu nation, is the survival need of humanity. So this is an invitation to all of the Hindus out there. We are inviting all the Hindus, those who are born Hindus, practicing Hindus, those who are sympathetic towards Hinduism, those who are curious towards Hinduism, those who want to explore and enjoy Hinduism. Please come and become a part of this revival of Kailasa, the Hindu civilization. And you can go ahead and visit kailasa.org and sign up to become an e-citizen of Kailasa and enjoy all the great gifts that Hinduism has to offer to the world, and also share all the great gifts of Hinduism with the world. Become an e-citizen of Kailasa and protect Hinduism and revive, be a part of the revival of Hinduism. So now let us listen to what the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed as the need for Kailasa, the only Hindu civilization.
Contribution. Hinduism, Veda Agamas have great things to contribute to the world. Like the great power manifestation science, the ancient culture and arts, the ancient lifestyle truths, ancient medical practices and medicinal knowledge, the ancient indigenous cultural heritage and jewelry, perfume, dance, music, in every level, Hinduism has so much to contribute. Veda, Agamic traditions have so much to contribute. To share all this with the world, to contribute to the world. Hindus need to tell the world what they are contributing in every level. The brand of Hinduism itself is enriching and empowering and enlightening. Hinduism is all about enlightening the world. Empowering, enlightening, enriching the world. Contributing. That is our spiritual life. That is our spiritual strength. That is our spiritual core principle. O humanity, I request you with folded hands, some one corner of the world, if you just give me few hundred acres, I will keep this whole science alive. Leave it for the whole humanity freely. Fortunately, Paramashiva has given me the power to decode all this Hindu medicinal system, Hindu judiciary system, Hindu social law and order system, Hindu power manifestation system, Hindu mental sciences system, Hindu yogic sciences, the sciences of Hindu biology, Hindu physics, Hindu psychology, Hindu physiology, Hindu chemistry, all this Paramashiva has given me the power to decode. Whatever the remaining scriptures are available with the humanity, Paramashiva has blessed me, and I have collected, not only I have collected and organized, I can decode. This whole science can be kept alive in any one corner of the world. Just few hundred acres are given for me to live peacefully and exist peacefully. I can store this whole thing alive and contribute it to humanity. Humanity can become better and better and better. I can make the planet Earth so much better place to live. I am here to contribute, and I will continue to contribute. As allowed to live, I will contribute. I have collected all the remaining available scriptures, maybe 2 crore books. 2 crore means 20 million, I think, books on Hindu physics, Hindu chemistry, Hindu biology, Hindu physiology, Hindu psychology, Hindu law and order, Hindu social system, the power manifestation sciences of Hinduism, yogic sciences of Hinduism. I have collected and Paramashiva has given me the blessings and power to decode. I have decoded and continuing to decode them. If the humanity, somebody is kind enough to give me few hundred acres in one corner of the world and let me live peacefully, I can keep all the scriptures there and go on sharing with the world, revealing these whole sciences to the world, and go on contributing. I don't need anything other than one cup of curd rice every day. That's all. A cup of curd rice per day over. I can go on be giving this to the world. I can add to the world a better place to live. That's all I have to say. Thousands of medicines are described detail in ancient Siddha and Ayurvedic scriptures. Paramashiva has given me the power to decode them, read them, and properly translate and map them to the modern day human language. And I am ready to work 20 hours a day. I just need few hundred acres where I can sit peacefully and keep this library, run a Gurukul where thousands of people can learn this and share it with the world. Understand? I am only interested in contributing. If we can decode all this great knowledge, whole world can prosper from this knowledge. Whole world can enjoy from this knowledge. If I prosper, I will only create a university. I will not create anything else. If the Hindus prosper, they will only create education institutions. Because Hinduism is all about giving, contributing. If I prosper, I'll create university, that's all. Kailasa is all about university, to decode the ancient sciences and share with the world. Understand? Every day I am sitting and going on decoding, writing notes on my books and writing details on my books. Whether it is making human beings manifest powers, and I have also now started downloading and decoding the science of making animals manifest powers. Whether making people manifest powers or healing, in every level, life is all about contribution.
Now, so we've understood what is the need for Kailasa, the only Hindu civilization, the only Hindu nation. Let us now sign up to become a part of Kailasa, to be an e-citizen of Kailasa. You can visit kailasa.org and sign up to be an e-citizen and avail all the benefits that Hinduism has to offer the world, and also share all of the great gifts Hinduism has with the world. we will be concluding this portion of the program, and we will be entering into the next segment, where we will understand some of the offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. As all of us know, Devi has been continuously guiding us and blessing us and protecting us during this time. So if you would like to offer your gratitude to Devi Parashakti, you can stay tuned for this next segment and understand some of the various offerings that you can make.
Mean by the word e-Kailasa? Listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you, e-Kailasa. I will revive Hindu revivalists, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become e-Kailashians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. E-Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity. Withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you up your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
What I mean by the word E-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution.
Nithyananda. Yes, let us now enter into the next segment where we'll be learning more about the various offerings we can make to Devi Parashakti today. In the Hindu tradition, the offering is a pure gift of love, devotion, and oneness, and it is a celebration of the darshan, the meeting with the divine, the communion with the divine. It is the custom that whenever we visit a temple, when we have the darshan of the divine, when we have a darshan of the Guru, we do not go empty-handed. We always offer some token of our gratitude, an expression of our sacred sentiments. And when the divine accepts, one offers the offering the These offerings are not made out of fear or greed, but they're a pure expression of our sacred sentiments of love, devotion, and gratitude to the divine. And when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela, laid out only for the purpose of enlightenment. And today, as we get ready to receive the darshan and blessings of Devi Parashakti, let us contemplate Dhyana Shloka, which describes the beauty and splendor of Devi. This verse from the Moola Agama Manonmani Dhyana describes इन्दुनिभवेदकरवह्निनयनं स्यात् पङ्कजवराभयजपाक्षरसरयुक्तम् अङ्गहिमभूषणविचित्रवसनं स्यात् तुङ्गमकुटोज्ज्वलमनोन्मणिस्वरूपम्. The translation of this verse, it means moon-like face holding Veda books on hand, fire in eyes with lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments and wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And another verse which describes Devi Parashakti from the Moolagama, this verse says, ध्यायेत् देवीं त्रिनेत्रां शशिनिभवदनां वेदहस्तां ददानां सव्ये पद्मां वरदमपरे चाभयं चाक्षमालां दिव्यैराभरणैर्विभूषिततनुं ब्रह्मादिभिः पूजितां देवीमेव मनोन्मणीं प्रतिदिनं कामार्थदात्रीं शुभाम्. And the translation of this verse, it says, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes, glowing like a moon and holding the Veda, lotus, and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. And another verse from the Atharva Veda describes the significance of the divine element of gold. In the Hindu tradition, the sacred element of gold is used in abundance in all of the traditional offerings, rituals, and worship. And this verse from the Atharva Veda describes the significance of this divine element of gold. I'll be chanting this verse now. प्रेदाजितं जन्मनेदं हिरण्यम् अग्निरेकं प्रियतमां बभूव सोमस्यैक्यं इंसिपतता पापमेकं वेद संरेता अहुतत्ते हिरण्यं त्रिविधस्त्रैविषे. The translation for this verse: triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was heard. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apa, the watery molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. Gold is a divine element in the tradition. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears it and in anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. Gold is present in all the Hindu scriptures, the Agamas, the Vedas, the Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas. In all the scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual feasts were offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for various commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge stores of gold. The streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Horses and cows were dressed in gold. Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called Hiranmaya, the river of gold in Rigveda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever. So today, let us look at the various traditional offerings that you can offer to Devi Parashakti as we get ready to receive her darshan and blessings. So you can make various traditional offerings of ornaments and sevas. The first offering is the e-hundi offering. And just as we have the offering of the hundi in any temple in India, as where the devotee can offer any token of gratitude as they wish to. Similarly, today you can make the e-hundi offerings in multiple currencies and in any amount as you would wish to offer. And Devi is one who is described as the one who is fond of true devotion, which is Bhakti Priya. So let us look at this verse which describes Devi's love for true devotion. Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Kamya, Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha, Shambhavi Sharadharadhya, Sharvani Sharmadaini. The translation for this verse, it says, Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through devotion and she removes all fear. If there's any fear in the minds of the devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here it is meant the autumn of our lives when thoughts turn more and more inwards. The role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi worship becomes stronger. Shambhavi is the concept or Lord Shiva. Sharadharadhya is the one who is worshipped by Devi Sharada, Devi Saraswati. Sharvani is the wife of Lord Shiva. The Linga Purana says Lord Shiva is called Sharva in his earth form. Sharmadaini is Devi who bestows happiness on the devotees. And you can make the offerings of e-hundi as your token of devotion to Devi Parashakti, your kanika, your token of gratitude. And Devi blesses every devotee just for the devotion. She is the one who is fond of true devotion. So you can make the e-hundi offerings on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, and you can make this offering in multiple currencies and in any amount as you would wish to offer. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Sankalpa chanting. And this verse from Devi Mahatmyam chapter 12 verse 34 describes Tayai tanmohyate vishwam shaiva vishwam prasuyate saya chittaja vijanam tushta rudim prayaschati. The translation for this verse, it says the goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed without interest in anything gives the knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. You can make the offering of the conscious resolution, the Sankalpa chanting, and be blessed with the fruition of all the desires and wishes that you yearn for. So you can make this offering of the Sankalpa chanting on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And the next traditional offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, which is the pure gold coin inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. Devi is described as Nama Parayana Prita, she who likes the repetition of her various names. And in this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti are inscribed on each coin, one name inscribed on each of the coins. And this is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. So you can make this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, the pure gold coin inscribed with the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti, and be blessed to receive, to imbibe the very divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself as described through the various sacred names, through her various sacred names. The Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself, are described in these 1008 sacred names. So you can make this offering of the Sahasranama Swarna caste and be blessed to imbibe the very divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself. And this offering can be made on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the gold finger ring Anguti. And Devi is described as the one who is adorned with pearls and gems. So let us look at this verse which describes the beauty of Devi Parashakti. It says, Muktahara lasat kirita ruchiram purnendu vaktra prabham shinjannupura kinkini manidharam padma prabhabhasuram sarvabhita palapradam girisutam vani rama sevitam Meenakshim pranatosmi santatamaham karunyavaram nidhin. The translation of this verse, it says, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. And you can make this offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring embedded with pearl, and receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti, showered by her pure love and compassion in all your business endeavors. And you can make this offering on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. The next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower. And in this verse from the Kamika Agama, this describes the significance of the gold lotus. It says, Ashtavidyeshwaropeta kumbhavarana samyutam sarve sasutra vastradhya hema pankajabhushitaha sapidanas satpurachascha pakva bilva palaprabha snapanadhyaya samsiddha pramanena samanvitaha. The translation of this verse, it says, all the kalashas should be wound around with a suitable thread and covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with lotus flowers made of gold. And there are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva in the Hindu tradition. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involving the consecration of the deities of worship or meditating on the mudras and asanas used during worship involves the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, the lotus petals. The lotus is a divine flower in the Hindu tradition. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva linga is a lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is also considered a lotus, one who is about to bloom. And you can make this offering of the gold lotus in any of 3 different sizes as you wish to, and be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and being of Devi Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situations in life. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarna Metti, the gold dooring. And this verse from Saundarya Lahari describes the beauty of the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. And this verse says, Nakhadiditi sanchanna namajjana tamo guna padadvaya prabhajala parakruta saroruha. The translation of this verse, it says, you whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet, you whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower too. We can make the offering of the Swarnamatti, the gold flooring, to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti, and be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings in even the most difficult aspects of your life. So you can make this offering of the gold flooring on the website www.kailasamaya.com/sevas. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry. Devi is described as Sudha Sharabi Varshini, she who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara. That is, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Swarna Mangtika represents the nectar overflowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully opened with the sacred sentiment of gratitude. And you can make this offering of the Swarna Mangtika to Devi Parashakti and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion. And you can make this offering on the website www.kailasamaya.com/sevas. And the next traditional offering of Seva to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. And this offering is the traditional ritualistic offering of gratitude from disciple to Guru. And you can make this offering on the website www.kailasamaya.com/sevas. In Saundarya Lahari, the 83rd Shlokam describes that the toenails of Devi Parashakti have been constantly sharpened by being touched by the crowns of celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. And Tamoguna is the darkness, and in this stotram, tamas, which is indicative of the ignorance in the minds of the devotees, is removed by constantly prostrating before Devi and attain the ultimate knowledge. So you can make the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja to the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti and be blessed with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, was manifesting as the Nijavatara of Devi Parashakti herself. So you can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja on the website www.kailasamaya.com/sevas. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Vastra Seva, the traditional cloth, and this traditional offering blesses the Yajaman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So you can make this offering of the sacred cloth to Devi Parashakti as your offering of gratitude and devotion to Devi. And you can register for this offering on the website www.kailasamaya.com/sevas. So here you can see a summary of all the traditional offerings that can be offered to Devi Parashakti today as you get ready to receive the darshan and blessings of Devi. The e-hundi offerings can be made in any amount and in multiple currencies. You can make the offering of the Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution. The Devi Sahasranama Kasu is a pure gold coin inscribed with one sacred name of Devi Parashakti from her sacred names. And you can make this offering in 3 different denominations and any number of coins as you wish to offer. You can make the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring embedded with pearl, in 3 different sizes. You can make the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower, in 3 different sizes. can also offer the Swarna Metti, the gold flooring, to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. The Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry too, that represents the overflowing nectar from the Sahasrara. Pada Puja, which is the ritualistic offering of gratitude from disciple to Guru. And the Vastra Seva, which is the Devi Parashakti. You can register for any of these traditional offerings and sevas on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. So now let us take a look at the website where you can register for these various offerings. So here you can see the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And you can scroll down on the page and click on the two links on step 2 to make your offerings for the e-hundi or the traditional offerings of ornaments and sevas. And if you'd like to make an intention today to make an offering and would like to receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti to manifest your intention into reality, you can also fill out the form on step 1, the intention form. And once you've made your traditional offerings of ornaments or sevas, if you would like to fill out the sankalpa details for yourself and the family members, your name and the names of your family members, and your sankalpa, the conscious resolution for your offering to Devi Parashakti. You can fill out the form on step 3. So here we have the e-hundi offerings, which can be made in multiple currencies: the US dollar, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar, the euro, the Indian rupees, the Singaporean dollar, the Malaysian ringgit, the Great Britain pound, and the Chinese yen. And you can make these offerings in various currencies and multiple currencies and any amount of your choice. And you can also make the offerings of the traditional ornaments and sevas to Devi Parashakti on this website, where you can make the offering of the Devi Sahasranama Swarnakasu, which is the pure gold coin inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. The Mukta Anguti, which is the gold finger ring embedded with pearl, which can be offered in 3 different sizes. The Swarna Padma Pushpa, which is the gold lotus flower, which can be offered in 3 different sizes. The Swarna Metti, which is the gold toe ring to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. The Swarna Mangtika, which is the gold hairline jewelry representing the overflowing nectar of gratitude from the Sahasrara Chakra. The Pratyaksha Pada Puja, which is the ritualistic offering of gratitude to the Guru. And the Vastra Seva, which is the sacred cloth offering. These and all the traditional offerings of ornaments and sevas to Devi Parashakti, you can register for any of these offerings on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And with that, now we'll be moving to the next segments of this program, where we'll be learning more about Devi Parashakti and getting ready to receive her darshan and blessings today. So let us now get ready for the next segments of this program and the live darshan and blessings.